Hi guys, welcome back to our channel, and today we'll be making mitai for Mother's Day.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. So like Caitlin said, we're making mitai. So ingredients, we lay it out for you. We have coconut, we have shredded, and we have chips. So we're going to throw them and blend them together. We have the different spices, we have our flour, and we have our milk, and we have butter
And condensed milk.
Yes, we have milk.
And condensed milk.
Our recipe might be a little bit different. I don't know to make the syrups. You're not going to see the syrup in this video. You're just going to see my version of how I know to make it. I don't have the icing sugar here, but as we go through, we'll try to make it a very short video and easy to follow for Mother's Day. So if moms want to make it next week, that's fine. Every day is Mother's Day if you want to make it for your mom sometime. So let's get started. What are some of the spices I would use? I use clove. I found this ground one. This works good for me because I don't make the sugar syrup where you would throw this in, so I'm still able to get the flavor of clove when I throw it in the actual mixture. I have ground cardamom. I have cinnamon powder. I have two different types because I found this one here is a little bit stronger and I like it. Custard powder is needed. I have all-purpose powder, flour, and the self-rising flour. Now, even though you're seeing 2 pound packs here, I will only be using a pound from each, equally using the flour. Actually, I'm not even sure if you're supposed to use all self-rising or all-purpose. I just mix the two. All right. So I have evap milk and the condensed milk. The condensed milk usually goes after when you're finished frying with the icing sugar to give it that sweetness. So this is basically all the ingredients that you will need. I will put it in the description, so if you want to try the recipe, you can. If you have something else that you add or you can give a tip, that's fine. At some point we can try that out too, but this is my version of how I make the soft mitai. All right, so see you in the mixing. Caitlin is going to help me video today for Mother's Day, and she made me this wonderful card here. Very nice for Mother's Day. So this is my Mother's Day gift. It's a very beautiful card. She took a lot of time. Surprised me this morning. Let me have her hold her card up so you guys can see. So she took a lot of time to make this. She used pens and she colored all of it. I have been receiving cards from Caitlin since she was a little girl. Since she could start scribbling, she would make cards for me. And so she's almost 10 and she has not stopped making, and I'm really grateful for that. I usually keep all her little things that she makes from me also. All right, so see you in the mixing, guys. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there, all the grandmothers. I know you spoil your little ones even more than you did your children, so happy Mother's Day to all of you from us here at Caitlin's Corner. Caitlin is helping me measure the flour. So we have a small kitchen scale that we would use to measure. That's a good thing to have if you would like to do little projects of cooking in your kitchen, testing out recipes. You need to get your ingredients, properly measured. So what we're going to do now, Caitlin is helping me with the different spices. We throw the flour, we throw the butter. This is 2 pound I'm making today. So for 2 pound is half pound of butter into the 2 pounds of flour, and that's enough spice there for that one. And we throw all the dry ingredients in the bowl with the butter and we mix that together. Then we will blend the coconut. Some persons put the coconut just like this, how it's chipped or grated, but I like it when it's blended. I prefer it when it's blended. You get a smoother mixture. And some persons don't like the coconut grains in our family. Yes, that's about enough there. And that's pretty much what we do. So I've never put essence before, but I do like essence. So today I'm going to put a little bit when I blend the coconut there. And we're going to mix all the dry all the dry ingredients together. And then we're going to pull the flour together with the coconut here that has been blended with the evap milk. And you're basically making it like a roti dough to that kind of consistency, and then you let it rest for about 50 minutes and you roll it out. You can cut it a little bit more, and then you roll it out and fry, and that's pretty much it. It's a very simple recipe. If you're doing the sugar glaze on it, well, then you will have to put your sugar on to boil with the water to make the syrup. Like I said, I tried that a few times and it's a bit difficult, so I would use the icing sugar and coat it with the condensed milk. Caitlin is grating the nutmegs, and I'm setting up the coconut to be blended. I usually put an entire tin in, and then when you're mixing, if you need more, you add some more into the mixture. This usually is enough to blend your coconut. A large coconut is good enough for the 2 pounds, and you try to get a young coconut, or not a very dry one, a very brown one, a lighter color coconut, because it tends to give you a more creamy texture mixture to go with it. It can work in a way. Finish blending up. We're finished with the coconut blending up. Let me give you a look. See how smooth it is there. Now we're gonna mix the dry ingredients and put it together. For this part, Caitlin is gonna video. So I started to mix, but then Caitlin wanted to give it a try. She likes the feel of the ingredients, especially the butter going together with the flour. So we mix all of that until we get the butter and the different spices evenly distributed, and we pour our coconut in. I think I said that about 100 times already, and bring that to a closure. Rest it for 15 minutes, and then you can begin frying. You roll it out to your thickness and you fry. If she doesn't finish it off, I will finish off it. What do you think? You guys think she's doing a good job? She's at a stage where she likes cooking. She wants to learn how to cook, so she has started to make her own breakfast and so on. Alright guys, so Caitlin finished mixing up the mixture. She did this part. I didn't help much, but now we're gonna pour this in. So I know that we're mostly a channel that we do outdoor stuff, but today, since we decided to make mitai for our mommies, we decided to show you also. And this also is allowing me some time to be able to spend with Caitlin, teaching her something that I know that she can learn. Caitlin is at a stage where she wants to learn to cook and make things too. And we all know when kids participate in the cooking, they tend to enjoy eating it more because it's their stuff. So that's that. We hope that you enjoy today spending time with us, and hopefully you were able to go spend some time with your mommy also, or your children came and got to spend some time with you. So this is her working the stuff in the coconut with the flour. I think I may have put a little too much coconut, but we'll see after how it is. When she's finished bringing this together, if we need more, we will add some more milk. So thank you so much for joining us today as we make mitai for our mommies. What do you think about the mitai so far, Caitlin? Or I should ask you the question like sister. How are you feeling today? Caitlin is also at the stage where she's a bit shy in front of the camera. She doesn't talk as much as when she was younger, and she would be making videos. So that's why I'm the chatterbox now. So this is what it looks like when you finish pulling everything together. Don't come too close, baby. The zoom this big stuff. So I'm just making it into smaller loaves so that I can roll this out, and then we'll cut and fry. So you can just place it back like I said and rest it a bit. There's one ingredient that I forgot. I'm supposed to add some powdered milk. That makes it a bit more soft and nice and rich, but I forgot to add that with the dry ingredients, and I didn't want to go and add that after, because to do the milk in, I would have had to take out some of the flour, meaning that instead of putting a pound each to make it the 2 pounds, I would have reduced the flour to cater for the milk, and I would have probably put like half pounds of milk powder. I don't know how I forgot, But the truth is, I started out this morning saying I was going to bake cake for them, and then I realized I didn't have enough white sugar, so I just looked at whatever ingredients I have and decided that I was going to just make with what I do have. So that's how it started out, that we are going to make mitai instead. And then I forgot everything about the flour. Alright, so after now we're going to roll, fry, and add the syrup on top. Well, icing sugar and condensed milk. We're gonna be rolling the dough off now. I decided to bring the outdoor stove in to fry because this will make it easier for us. So fry will be done faster, and if I try to cook it on the stove inside, it will take too long. I left it to rest more than 50 minutes. I had to wait on Caitlin to finish her breakfast. She woke up late today. So we're gonna roll this out, and then I'll show you the cutting, then I'll show you frying and how we mix it up. So it's not gonna be very long from here to bring it to completion. So you roll it to the thickness that you want, and then you will fry it on slow to medium heat.
No, not slow.
Or yes, medium heat, so that it cooks thoroughly through. And you don't want to have the heat up too high, and then it takes a long time. It fries very quickly and it's not cooked. That's enough thickness, Caitlin. Okay. Caitlin is now learning to roll, so she doesn't know that you have to roll on both sides. She just keep pushing it on one end. So that's enough. So the way she rolled it here, it's going to be it can be cut, but she didn't take the time because I'm videoing and I didn't get to set the dough properly, and she was in a bit of a hurry, so that you can avoid getting these breaks on the edges. So I will bring this together before I start cutting them, so when you fry it will not be broken like that. She's trying to do that again. So any angle that you see, even though she rolls it and it looks a bit out of shape, you can still cut it and bring it back to your art and how you want to cut it. So this thickness here that she has, and she's already dipped the edges, and you can just use your hand and pat it a little. You don't have to put a lot of flour. And so I would normally do straight. Just move your hand a little, Caitlin, so you can see it's a bit stick down because she didn't put the flour since she pressed it out, but you try not to get it stuck like that. And most times we would see the fat mitai in different shapes, so I will just cut different ones to make like triangles.
Let me help.
Like that, and you get it to your liking. So we will continue rolling from here, and when children are helping you, you already know that they're not going to get it perfect like you, so you do have to make room for that. The main thing is that it will be able to cook properly. And as you see, Caitlin already learned how to cut it. Cut this one here back into, and you can cut to the size that you want. Also, when I first started, I used to cut them much smaller so that they can cook thoroughly through, but now that I've done it a few times, I know how to manage the heat, so I can make it a little bit thicker. This here is still a little thin the way Caitlin did it. I did it a bit thicker the last time. So the next two dough that I have, I'm going to roll those a little bit thicker. So that's it for the rolling. I'll give you a glimpse of the frying, and then I'll give you the mixing, and that will be it for the mitai. I was Caitlin's dad in the background doing some servicing of the engines that we have. Show them how it's frying, Caitlin. Show them how it's frying. As you could see that I was telling you, it will float up a bit. Like I said, I don't know if you're supposed to use self-rising flour or all-purpose alone or what, but I will mix, so I find that it will float a little bit. You can probably share your recipe in the comments so that I can probably try yours, but this is how I've been making it today, with the exception of the powdered milk that I forgot to put in. So Caitlin is laughing, so I just put this here. I will get this to whatever golden brown I want. I slowed the heat down a bit so that it was getting brown a little faster than I had expected, because we had to take a minute off, and so I just brought the heat down so that I can make sure it cooks thoroughly. I don't want the inside to be raw. And when I'm finished here, I will repeat the same thing with the next set until we're finished. This is what I finished frying so far. this is what I have. This last set here, we did it much faster and bigger. Caitlin did all the cutting and the rolling. She got better at it. Alright, so we're finished. I'm going to pour the milk on, and then Caitlin is going to sprinkle the icy sugar. I already tasted some with the milk. It tastes really good. You can give it a little mix so you get it nice and coated before you start throwing the icing sugar, so that the sugar will stick onto it. So this works similar to how the syrup will coat the stuff, but and the sugar that you boil it will make it sweet. So we're doing the condensed milk, which is very sweet, and then you have the icing sugar to add some additional sweet. Alright, Kate is going a bit slow. Let me move this spoon for you, and then we shake it around. You usually use a sieve so that if there's any lump or grain in your icing sugar, it will not get in. Alright, so we decided to not leave it, to just give it a shake, one more shake. And this is the final product. This product got so much final. It is what it looks like. It's good. Yummy. Like I said, I done eat up well already. By the time I finish cooking, my belly just full. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining us today as we made our Mother's Day treat for ourselves and for our mommies and other loved ones who will be sharing it at the same time. It's not a traditional Mother's Day treat, but thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you in the next video.
Bye.